Sometimes a public figure becomes more than just a name on a screen. They become part of a collective memory shared by viewers who watched their journey unfold in real time. That is what has happened with Jake Hall, whose passing has left fans of British reality television reflecting deeply on his life, career, and the moments that defined him. For many viewers, Jake Hall was introduced through the Only Way Is Essex, a show that blurred the boundaries between entertainment and real-life storytelling. It was there that audiences first saw his personality, his relationships, and the emotional ups and downs that became part of his public identity. Today, however, the focus has shifted away from television storylines and toward remembrance, as friends, fans, and former co-stars process the loss of someone they once watched grow up on screen. Jake Hall became part of a generation of reality stars who rose to fame during the peak of UK structured reality television. His appearance on TOWIE brought him visibility, recognition, and a strong fan base that followed his journey closely. On screen, he was often seen navigating relationships, friendships, and emotional challenges that resonated with audiences. Viewers connected with him not just as a character, but as a real person experiencing real-life situations in front of cameras. However, like many reality television personalities, that visibility came with pressure. Constant public attention, social media scrutiny, and personal exposure are often part of life once someone enters that world. Despite these challenges, Jake remained a memorable figure for fans who followed his story during his time on the show. After stepping back from the spotlight of regular reality television appearances, Jake's life became more private. He moved away from constant filming and focused on personal growth and family life. One of the most meaningful aspects of his later years was his role as a father. Friends and those close to him have often described how becoming a parent changed his priorities and gave him a deeper sense of responsibility and purpose. His former partner, Miss Bikiri, also shared an emotional public message following the news of his passing, asking for privacy and respect during a very difficult time for their family. After news of his death became public, tributes began to appear across social media almost immediately. Former cast members from TOWIE, reality TV personalities, and longtime viewers shared emotional posts remembering Jake and his time on screen. Many described him as charismatic, energetic, and someone who always brought life into the room. Others recalled more personal moments from filming, where his emotional honesty stood out. Fans also revisited old episodes, posting clips and memories that reminded them of the period when Jake was a regular part of their television experience. For many, it felt like losing someone they had known for years, even if only through a screen. In the aftermath of his passing, wider conversations have also emerged about the nature of reality television fame. While it can bring opportunity and visibility, it also comes with emotional strain that is often underestimated. Being filmed during personal moments, having relationships broadcast publicly, and facing online commentary can create long-term pressure. Many former reality stars have spoken about how difficult it can be to adjust after leaving the spotlight. Jake's story has now become part of that larger discussion, with fans and commentators reflecting on the hidden emotional challenges behind reality TV success. Beyond television, those who knew Jake personally describe him in more grounded and private terms. Friends have spoken about his loyalty, his emotional depth, and his strong connection to the people he cared about. At the center of many tributes is his daughter, who is frequently mentioned as one of the most important parts of his life. Those close to him say that fatherhood was something that deeply shaped him and gave him a renewed sense of direction. This side of his life is what many supporters now want to focus on, the person he was away from cameras and public attention. Jake Hall's time on TOWIE places him within an important era of British reality television history. The show helped define a new format of entertainment where real people, real relationships, and real emotions became central to storytelling. For fans who followed the show during its peak years, Jake remains part of that cultural memory. His presence contributed to storylines that shaped the show's identity during its most talked-about periods. Even now, his appearances continue to be remembered through reruns, clips, and online discussions that keep that era alive. In the days following his passing, there has been no public spectacle, only reflection and mourning. Friends and family have asked for privacy, focusing instead on remembering his life in a respectful and personal way. That tone has shaped how the public has responded as well. Rather than focusing on speculation, many fans have shifted toward gratitude for the moments they watched, the memories they associate with him, and the entertainment he provided during his time on screen. Jake Hall's story is ultimately one that reflects the reality of modern fame. Fast-moving, highly visible, and deeply personal at the same time. From his early days on The Only Way Is Essex to his life away from the spotlight, he experienced both the rewards and pressures of public attention. As tributes continue, one message remains consistent across fans and friends alike. He will be remembered not only as a reality television personality, but as a father, a friend, and a person who left an impression on those who knew him, whether personally or through a screen. And in that shared memory, his presence continues to remain.